Hey, welcome to Square Body Stuff. I'm Chad, and we're going to be just kind of doing some catch up and a few little projects here in the shop. Last week I had to work a bunch of overtime, like 80 hours of overtime, or 80 hours. Yeah, it was a long week. I didn't get a whole lot done. I did get some stuff bought, so at least, I can get that done. That way I've got parts ready to go for when I get time to work on stuff. And yesterday, my wife and I, which yesterday was Sunday, my wife and I, we went to town, or Rolla, Missouri, and just spent the day there doing some Christmas shopping. And we like to go to flea markets. We've got a flea market up there we love to go to. Always got something cool. One of the first things I picked up was these motor manuals. I got this one for light truck and van repair. It goes from 77 through 84 models. This is a 65 28th edition. Picked it up just because it was there with the rest of these. It has all sorts of good information, and these were back when they made manuals to actually teach you and show you how to do stuff. These things are cool, man. These are awesome. I love them. And here's another one, 1974 37th edition. This one's pretty cool. Let me see. It's got the little tabs here. You go to the Chevrolet and look at this. Oh, if I can get my fat fingers to work here. Of course, these pages are kind of brittle, but look at that. It's got the front end of all your different cars: 68 Camaro, 68 Rally Sport. It's got the where you can identify what you're actually working on. Of course, then you've got your specs. Yeah, it's got all sorts of information. These books are, even in today's world, they're still really handy to have around, because they've got torque specs, the original specs, some of this stuff, and I pretty much work on mostly vintage stuff. So they're just really cool to have around. I gotta find a good place to store them so I don't get any damage to them, so they don't weather too much. But one of them has got some actual photocopies of some other stuff that the guy left in there, whoever owned them before. They do have some names in there, but on this box here, I've got some stuff from good old Rock Auto, some Moog parts, and this is a power steering box repair kit. I got to rebuild some steering components in the steering box on my wife's 2005 Tahoe. Starting to get some play in the steering. Not really a whole lot of play, it just kind of wanders. So I checked it out. I was expecting the pitman arm, idle arm, because that's usually the symptoms of those getting loose. Well, they weren't really that loose, so I had her come out and move the steering wheel for me so I could actually see what's going on. And there's a lot of slop in the actual steering box itself. So I got a kit to rebuild the steering box. They're rebuildable. You don't have to buy a whole new steering box. You can rebuild them yourself. So stay tuned for all of that. I will be doing a video on that, even though it's not square body stuff. I will be doing a video on repairing the steering on that 2005 Tahoe in the near future. Then I've got some parts here from Summit. Got carb kit. I've got a notched float. This is actually going on in the carburetor that's in squeaky here, because I've got jet extensions, or it comes with jet extensions, but I got jet extensions, but I don't have the notch float. So it's been giving me little fits with the float level on the secondary side. So this will be going in the back fuel bowl, the secondary fuel bowl. This carb kit is for this guy right here. I just picked up an 850 vacuum secondaries. I'm going to be putting that carburetor on Buddy, my crew cab. So I got a complete kit for that. These turn signal parts and turn signal cancel deal and horn button actuator stuff. This is all for the, you can see them out there, the 76 auction truck that I got. I just picked those up while I had them in my shopping cart on Summit. And what is this guy? I can't even remember what this is. Let's order a bunch of crap and let it come in. Oh, okay. This is also for the carburetor, the 750 double pumper that's on this truck here. This is a 50cc accelerator pump kit to upgrade the secondaries to a 50cc accelerator pump. And I'll go over why I'm doing this stuff more in depth when I do the videos on those. Just kind of letting you guys know what I've got coming up. Also, I mentioned my crew cab Buddy with that carburetor. Look at these guys. I picked these up at the flea market. I picked up a set of, you know, whatever you want to call them. I call them tow mirrors. Some people call them Dumbo mirrors, but I picked up this set of tow mirrors for square body. 16 bucks for the pair of them at the flea market. It was just like an antique flea market. You never know what you're going to find in those places. It is, I love going there because I find all sorts of stuff. You know, I also collect vintage Western hats. And this one here I picked up at the hat itself. I picked up at another flea market a few weeks ago or a month or so ago. And the feather hat band that's on there, I just picked up yesterday at the flea market while we were out. Also, while we were there, I picked up this orange blazer. These things are cool. This white Napa truck I picked up at a swap meet in Springfield, Missouri this summer. This green flatbed, which is pretty rough looking, but it was cool, I picked up at a local flea market here in the town I live in. But then this guy, I kind of showed you guys this on my live last week, but this is one of those Adelphi headlamps. And let me set the camera down there, put this guy on, and show you what this is about. They are bright. Oh, wrong button. Turn it on. You've got two settings on that, the strip. You got two settings on the spotlight on the side, and if you turn it on and then push the other button and you just swipe your hand and it comes on and off, which it can be handy, can be kind of a pain sometimes. I think I haven't really used it a whole lot. Like I said, I've been working a bunch of overtime, but these things so far have been my favorite headlight I've ever used. Now I've got a couple of other headlamps. One of them I've had for close to probably 10 years. And it works, it does okay, but it's kind of bulky and it sticks out on your head, and it's getting old, it's not as bright. That sucker right there is bright. So if you're interested in buying one of these, actually this is a good time, hopefully it's not too late, getting really close to Christmas. These will make some really good stocking stuffers for your gearhead or your handyman, or just to have around if your power goes out, whatever. So I'm going to put a link in the description box below, and if you click that link, you will get a certain % off. I don't remember what it is. Not a very good salesman, but hit that link down in the description box. Check them out. They're not real expensive, and they're worth their weight in gold, really. I really like it so far. I've only used it a couple times, but I love it. Actually, I haven't caught up all the way on what I've bought, because I'm expecting the FedEx truck here today. And yeah, that's gonna be a pretty awesome package to get, because it has something to do with this guy. If you're not familiar with this guy, this is the 339 stroker that I've been working on off and on for the last several months to go in Squeaky over here. Right now he's got a 454 big block, pretty mild, really tame. Runs pretty good though. But this little 339 stroker, let me pull the plastic off and we'll get an eyeball on it. Some of the goodness that's going on with this thing. Forged 4340 crank. I believe it's a Cola brand. It's an old school, it's used, but it's in perfect shape. I had a machine for splayed caps. Block is half filled with block fill. And it's been machined, it's been bored, everything's been balanced. My next step on this is to clearance the block for clearing the rod bolts. Now my machine shop asked me if I wanted them to do that because they could have set it up in their mill and just knocked them out. Been real easy to do. And I said, no, I'll do that on my channel and kind of show you guys, whoever wants to watch this stuff, how to do it yourself to save you a few bucks. It takes a little time, but it'll save you a few bucks at the machine shop. And the machine shop's really busy, so they kind of appreciate it too because they're slam booked with all sorts of engines, way better than this thing, guaranteed. But that's what we got going on with this. I'm going to be getting on this build as soon as I can. I've got it over here in my way, so I'll start working on it. I've got, like I said earlier, I've got some parts coming for it that are going to change the game a little bit on it. So we'll just see how that plays out. Maybe they'll show up before I get this video over. So if you've stuck around this long through all my just jabbering, catching up on stuff, for you guys, you're just clicking on another video. For me, I haven't been in the shop for almost a week and a half. So I'm trying to play catch up with you guys, let you guys know what I got going on. But today, right now, my biggest issue I've got to take care of is my 79 C10. If you're familiar with the channel, you know who he is, old Cream Puff. He's sitting out there in front of the shop. I don't know if you can see him through the dirty windows. He's been kind of grumpy the last 3 or 4 days. He's my daily driver. I drive him pretty much every day. And just really rock solid. But the last few days, he's been loading up, running really rich, and it's kind of sporadic. So it's not a really easy thing to diagnose. So I'm gonna pull him in the shop. I'm gonna pull Squeaky out, bring Cream Puff in here and start checking some stuff out, see what's going on. Of course, as far as diagnosing the issue, my first thing I checked was it started happening not long after I got a full tank of fuel, but he has dual tanks. So I switched the tanks over to the tank that had about a quarter of a tank in it that he was running fine on. It didn't change anything, so I'm real happy I got dual tanks because I could diagnose a fuel issue really easily and rule that out. So I know it's not the fuel. There's something going on with the carburetor, but I'll bring him in here and we'll check out, see what's going on with him. Well, my box arrived, but before we get into that, I'm gonna get these trucks switched out in the shop. Let's see if we can get Squeaky fired up and Cream Puff fired up and get him in here. It's kind of chilly outside. It's been chilly in the shop. Got a fire going in the stove, but I'll try to get this done quick so I don't let too much heat out. See if old Squeaky will fire up. good cold start. He starts up good. Choke seems to be working okay, but I don't know. We'll get him in here and get it figured out. He really should be idling up more right now, but he's just kind of loading up. So it might be a problem with the choke, I don't know. But we will get to that in just a minute. Let's see what's inside this box. That is not what's supposed to be in here. Relabel. We've got an issue. This is a freaking bag of dog food. I don't even have a dog. Oh my gosh. I gotta check the tracking number, see what's going on, because this is actually supposed to be some cylinder heads for the 339 stroker. All right, let's see what's going on. This is not a good thing to happen right in the middle of a video. I was in a really good mood. I don't have to work tonight. I was off last night, got a good night's sleep. I was getting new cylinder heads. I got a freaking bag of dog food. I don't even have dogs. I'm literally shaking right now. I am so freaking livid. So far what I found is it's been completely repackaged. This isn't even the box that was originally sent to me. The dimensions were, well, if you could read that, 24 by 14 by 13. This is 29 or no 30 by 8 by 21. It's early in the morning. FedEx isn't open yet. You go on their website, you can't find any phone numbers to even talk to an actual person. So I'm trying to figure out what I need to do at this point. Stay tuned. I can't get a hold of anybody on the phone, so I am loading the box up in the truck and I am heading to the FedEx facility. What I did find out by researching the dates and all the stuff on the labels, it was actually relabeled this weekend. Well, actually it was Friday, December 11th. It was supposed to have been delivered. They tried to deliver it Friday. I wasn't home. I just left for work at 2:55 p.m. on Friday, December 11th. It got relabeled that evening at like 5 o'clock. I've got it all, pictures, I've got everything. So I'm going to drive directly to the FedEx facility and find out what's going on, because in between their facility and my door, somebody got a set of cylinder heads. Yeah. Well, I'm sitting at the FedEx depot facility at Stratford, Missouri. Told them what the deal was. They told me to go sit back in my vehicle just so they could figure out what's going on. I think earlier I said that it was on Friday that they relabeled it. It was actually Sunday, the 11th. So I'm gonna sit here in the truck and see what they can find out. Yeah. Alright, I've got my parts. They're in back. Yeah, the boxes are kind of messed up. They're kind of open right now because I wanted to make sure that nothing was wrong with them. I'll explain once I get back to the shop what happened. I stopped to get me a soda pop because I can't have a real drink, which I need right now for the ride home. But I think before I head home, there's some friends of mine with another YouTube channel called UglyTruckExperience. I'm within a few miles from them, so I'm gonna stop in and surprise them. Hopefully they're home, hopefully they're out in the shop, and yeah, I'll just pop in and surprise them, see what they're up to. Alright, I made it, and I have no idea how I'm here, but man, look at this. Square bodies, square body, square body. I know they got several square bodies here. I love these guys, they're good people, so I'm gonna try to get their reaction. Live action reaction of me popping in on them unannounced. Square body.
Hey.
Ding dong.
What's up?
I don't know what you got going on here.
Wasn't expecting you.
That's why it's called a surprise.
All right.
So
What's going on?
I surprised him. Well, at least I surprised Emily. I was in the area.
Okay.
And just thought I'd stop by on my way home because I needed to pick me up because
Okay.
I've had a rough morning.
Oh no.
I'll explain to you in a little bit. But
Okay.
that's why I get the actual reaction right off the bat.
Yeah.
To give this video a little more happy content. All right, so I'm gonna. What's Jerry up to?
He is not out here.
He's not out here?
No. I'll go yell at him real quick.
Okay. All right. Well, we're gonna visit for a minute and then we'll see what they got going on. See if I can just ruin their day too. Professor Jerry in the house. Where's the lab coat?
Right over there.
Oh, is it?
He hasn't. It's not Christmas yet. It's not Christmas.
Oh, I spoiled the Christmas present.
How
There
are
we
you
go.
doing?
I'm doing good. Just in the area.
Yeah.
So thought I'd stop by,
Cool.
bug you guys for a minute. So,
Anytime.
Sweet.
you got anything cool going on?
No.
No? Nothing?
No.
Just normal everyday work.
Yeah.
The driver stuff.
Oh, daily driver stuff. No LS swap coolness or resurrecting coolness.
No, we got a short
just-
block.
Yeah, we just finished putting a short block together.
So
So,
Is it up yet?
I'm editing right now.
She's
so,
editing right now.
Right
So
now.
be sure to like, share, subscribe to their channel, Ugly Truck Experience,
Yes.
so you can see all the cool stuff that they do. So we're gonna visit for a little bit, and then I'll try to get back to the shop and show you guys what happened. So I've got to tag their post. I've been wanting to do that for a long time. Every time I watch one of their videos, like I need a sticker up there, but I didn't have these big ones with me, so I had a small one. But there we go. Made it back to the shop. Had a good time with Emily and Jerry at their shop. Just hung out with them for a little while, kind of decompressed from all the other crap that was going on this morning. But I got the heads on the table. Well, I've got one of them unboxed. The boxes look pretty crappy, but I just kind of ripped them open. They're a little bit wet because here's the story I got. Here's the story I got from the FedEx guy. When I pulled up there, of course, I've got a gate. You got to push a button before they let you in the building, blah, blah, blah. So I pushed the button, asked what I want, or, what can they help me with. Told him that I had an issue with one of my packages. So he comes out there and talks to me and says, well, let's go inside, because he was cold. So I go inside and I tell him, explain to him what happened, and kind of acts like it's no big deal. I mean, oh, it's just some sort of mix-up. Like, no, it's not some sort of a mix-up. Anyways, give him the tracking number, and he asked me to just go back outside and wait in my truck until he found out something. Okay. Well, he got my phone number, and he said he'd call me. So he called me a few minutes later. Said, "Hey, I found your parts." I'm like, great. I said, "I'll bring the bag of dog food to the gate and we can exchange." So yeah, he told me, the story he gave me was these boxes got wet, which they were kind of wet. That's why they're all nasty right now. They got just a little bit damp. It wasn't bad. Of course, they're in, you know, styrofoam, and the heads are all bagged up. Everything's bagged up. The boxes, the tape was not messed with on the boxes on the cylinder heads themselves, but he tried to say that they got wet, so they set them aside and the label got put on the wrong box. Maybe so. I don't know. That's a story he gave me. I'm not buying it, but long story short, I've got my cylinder heads. I'm happy now. Well, I'm trying to be happy about it. It's just sucks that you even have to worry about that. So, but I guess if we want to have a positive note on this, you know, give me a chance to go see my friends, Emily and Jerry. And in a situation like this, just try to make sure you have all your ducks lined up in a row. Document everything. Don't fly off the handle. Don't call anybody up, cussing them out. You know, try to figure out the whole situation. Go about it the best way possible. You always have a better outcome that way. Honestly, I was very upset. My wife asked me to please not do anything stupid when I got up to the warehouse, the FedEx warehouse, and I said, well, I'm just gonna try to get to the bottom of this, because I knew if I just tried to phone call or tried to call, I would have never. It'd have been drawn out. I probably would have got them eventually, but it'd been long and drawn out. So if I just showed up there at the door and to explain the situation, calm, cool, collective, not trying to blame anybody, just trying to figure the situation out, it worked out pretty good. I did get a little bit upset with him whenever he tried to tell me that, oh, I just got on the wrong package. I was like, no, you didn't. There's no issue. There's nothing said about being wet. They just put my label on a bag of dog food. Honestly, I'm not buying that. It could very well be true. Anyways, got my heads. I am not going to. I know earlier in the video I said I was going to do some work on Cream Puff. I got to work on the carburetor on him. I'm not going to film that. I'm going to cut this video off here real shortly and just kind of have some me time with old Cream Puff and just piddling around with this carburetor with no cameras, no video, just doing some wrenching and try to relax a little bit, because this is Monday or Tuesday. This is Tuesday. I've got the live tonight with Perpetual Projects, which it'll already be done and over with by the time you guys see this video. So yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. Yeah, just, you know, another note, if you got a sign for a package, open it up and make sure it is what it's supposed to be before you sign it, because they very well could have said, hey, you signed off on it, $700 bag of dog food. There you go. Alright, Ian, appreciate you guys watching. Oh, another thing I got, I just keep talking about the cylinder heads. There was a third piece of the package, is this this here. Got me a billet timing set for the 339 stroker. Yeah, so the cylinder heads look good. I'm gonna do a whole nother video on just kind of going through them and just really checking them out. No, they're not a set of Brodix, they're not a set of AFRs, they're not trick flows, they're not the highest dollar cylinder head. I know that. I couldn't beat the price, and they actually are gonna they're gonna let this engine perform better than it was going to with the heads I was going to use, which were some L80 or L98 tune port injection aluminum heads. They're those guys right there. And those heads would have never flowed what these will flow. So these are going to give that little engine a fighting chance to make some halfway decent horsepower. So yeah, anyways, I'll go over the heads in another video. I'm sorry, my brain is just kind of one of them things. I've been on a stressed out all day and angry, upset, all that stuff, and now I'm kind of coming down off of it. So it's getting a little somber, I guess. I don't know what you call it, but all right, I'll let you guys go. Till next time, y'all keep your square bodies rolling, and we'll catch you later.